So hey out there guys, it is Sunday and I need to do something with the Bronco here because the registration's due. It's got to be smogged and all that, so I started monkeying around with the ignition. It's got a little ignition problem. I keep getting this code, 212 code, PIP pickup. So I was doing a little troubleshooting yesterday. I might have fixed it, I don't know. But anyway, I had to get it out so I can take it to the, hopefully have it smogged tomorrow. I'm going to go through that right now, but I also have things to do here. I got my springs in from Atlas. Unfortunately, they didn't include the U-bolts with them. I tell you, oh, those are extra. I go, oh, man. You know, when they did the springs on my Bronco, it came with new U-bolts. They gave me a set of new U-bolts from it. This one here, they told me they're extra. I go, I'll get them later, because I got these like 2 weeks ago. Just haven't had time to install them with the holiday and all that stuff. So yesterday I was looking online, Summit Racing, I'm going to order some U-bolts. Those are in the mail, you know, coming. What, 11 bucks a piece, I think they want for them. But that's coming up. There's the old struts off the Colorado. Nothing wrong with them. Brand new 2018 Colorado. But I replaced those with the Ranchos, and the Ranchos already blew out there in Death Valley. Well, I was out there in Death Valley somewhere along the way. They just lost all compression and rebound. They're now just bouncing all over the place. I'm trying to get a refund, okay? Called Rancho. I actually bought these from Auto Anything. Online, Auto Anything. So I called Rancho. Rancho sends me back to Auto Anything. Go to Auto Anything. They said, well, they got to submit a claim to Rancho. So I don't know what the big deal is there. You know, I told them what's wrong with them. I told them, you know what, I'll send you a video. I'll show you what's wrong with them. So, it's like a week ago. I haven't heard nothing from them so far. So I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I ordered some Fox. I ordered some Fox coilovers, and they weren't cheap. I tried to go with just the basic 2.0 Fox coilovers, and unfortunately they don't make them for a 6-inch lift because they got to be longer, so I can take the strut extenders off. The strut extenders won't work with the Fox strut coilover. So I go, okay, so what's the next deal? Is the 2.5 with the reservoir? Those are like double the price. The 2.0s were a little over $400 each. These are like $800 each for the reservoir shocks. It's like struts. I'm like, holy smokes. I'm going to have to put that on the easy payment plan, you know, but those are in the mail. Those should be coming on, who knows, next week or something. So, ouch. Anybody out there need a front bumper? Have you crashed your 2018 Colorado yet? Because I got the whole thing right here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I still got the one from the Tacoma. Somebody out there needs one of these. Here's the spare. Don't need that anymore. A set of brand new tires here off the Colorado. These are, I looked these up, they're like $149 each. The best price I found on them. I was trying to sell them for 100 bucks each. At the same time, I found out my nephew could use some new tires on his truck. So I told him, I'll let him have them for $50 each, you know. Try to help him out there. So that's where those are going. The rear bumper is going to Camo Rhino. I forgot the numbers on there. Camo Rhino out in Riverside wanted the rear bumper, so I've got it. The problem is I gotta find somewhere I can drop it off between here and there because I don't want to drive all the way out to Riverside. But I do kind of work out that way, so we're going to work something out there. It's in the back of my Colorado right now. And the wheels, I'm not sure what to do with these wheels, because these wheels are specific Colorado wheels. They just don't fit anything. They're 6 by 120 lug pattern. So that's what's going on there. Let me get busy on the Bronco here. Alright, so I've been getting I think a 212 code on this truck. I think. It's been a while now. Anyway, so what I did originally was I replaced the distributor, just put a whole new distributor in, or rebuilt, and I replaced the ignition control module, which is this little thing here, plugs in on the side of the fender there. In case you don't know, there's gray ones and there's black ones. Years ago, since I've had this truck 17 years, I changed these out, and I don't remember what the issue was, but I remember someone telling me, don't buy the gray one. They're going to want to give you the gray one. Bronco doesn't use a gray one, it uses a black one. So, yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it was years ago, but I think, yeah, I'm supposed to use a black one. So this time when I had issues, I went direct to the Ford dealer and got a Motocraft one, you know. Thinking I'm getting the right one. So anyway, now I'm all confused. But I took this one out yesterday. While I was troubleshooting the connector on the distributor. Okay, there's a plug that plugs in on the side of the distributor. So you unplug that, you turn the key on, and you check the voltages on the pins. Now my book says check pin number 1, number 2, and number 3. Well, I have no idea which one is number 1, number 2, or number 3. I can only assume they go across, starting on the left, 1, 2, 3. So I figured I'd just check all of them, right? Okay, so you go turn the key on, don't start it, just turn it on. You should have power to number 1, at least 90% of the battery voltage. So number 1 looked good. Number 2 and number 3, I barely had something on number 2 and nothing on number 3, so I was like, huh. And then you can check the voltages at the connector for this, because they connect somehow, if you look at the wiring diagram. And that's the same thing, I got power on number 1, but the other 2, nothing. So I figure, well, I got extra of these, let's change it out and see what happens, right? So I changed it out, and now I got power on number 2. I think it's number 2. But anyway, seems to run the same, but I haven't really driven it. So I'm going to drive it now and check it out. Before I do that, I just want to show you the pin and give you an idea what I'm talking about. I'm trying to make this a quick video, but you know, take some explanations. Down on the side of your fender here, this is the driver's side fender. You look down in there, and then right behind the this is the cruise control right here. Underneath there's this. See that? That there is the ignition control module. That silver thing there is just a heat sink. So you got to separate the two. And you got to get some thermo dielectric grease or some kind of thermal grease they use on computers, so it transfers the heat to the cooler here, the heat sink. So I got that this morning over at Fry's, yeah. And this is the extra. See, I got extra of these things. So this one here is a Motocraft, another Motocraft. And this is where you put the grease on. See the silver thing on the back? And that sits on the heat sink that's mounted on the fender. I still have to remove. I just hooked this up temporary. Let's see how this thing works, right? So it plugs in there. And then on this side over here, there's your distributor, right? And you got wires coming off the bottom right here. See that? And it goes to a plug. Ow! That's right there. There's always something in the way, but this plug right here. So you separate this plug and you put your voltmeter, you put a ground to the base of the distributor, to the metal part, not the plastic part. You turn the key on after you separate these two, and you touch the leads checking the voltages. So now I'm getting voltage where I should have gotten voltage, you know. Funny thing is it ran, it just wasn't running right. It doesn't seem like it had power. It felt like I was pulling a trailer or something, you know. So I have to go for a test drive. I got the new, or a control module, a different control module in there. I'm going to clean up my windows a little so I can see where I'm going, and just take it for a little spin, and then I'll come back and I'll check it with my little scanner, my little scanner thingy, right? Well, it's a good day to wash a truck anyway.